So there's this guy, Cigar King. Was it ASMR or some shit, I think. He tries to come across like a nice guy, but he's a really rude, disrespectful a-hole. Okay? This guy acts like he knows everything about me. He knows my business. He knows what I'm going through. You have absolutely no effing idea what I'm going through. Okay? There's an old expression. You understand something? If you don't know the facts, if you don't know what's truly going on, shut the F up. I got to tell you something, and I really mean this. I hate people like you more than anyone else in the world. You, to me, might be the lowest form of SEUM. And I'm going to tell you why. I don't care. Unsubscribe to me. Why do you assume everything? It's like you assume everything. You're like, why doesn't he do this? Why don't you sell this? Why don't you sell this? Why don't you do... How do you know what I'm doing, number one? How do you know what I'm not doing? You don't, right? You have no idea, right? How do you know the immense of expenses that my family is going through? Not just from my wife. Everyone is forgetting about my mother. Okay, everyone is forgetting about my mother, who looks like she's probably going to have to be in rehab full time. Now, as all of you know my business, okay, this is something I'm probably going to have to pay out of pocket, which I don't want to get into. I don't want to get into certain things, okay, because there's legalities, and I'm just not going to do it. But let me explain something to you. This is okay. Let me explain. Stop making assumptions, because when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. Stop. This guy's talking like he's my accountant. He knows everything about me. He's like, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Why don't you? I'll tell you what. Why don't you do this? Why don't you meet with me personally? I'll go over the $14,000 a month it's going to cost to keep my mother in friggin' rehab. Okay? I'll go over the amount of money I have to pay on my mortgage, the amount of money I have to pay on my utility bills, the amount of money that I am personally paying for additional things for my wife that conventional treatment is not friggin' covering. Okay, I'll go over all of this with you. And then after you see all of this, you personally pay for my wife's vacation, you piece of garbage. You do it. Okay? Because you have all these opinions. You have all these opinions. Right? See, but you won't do that. You won't do that. You know what you are? You are nothing but a useless loser hater who has nothing better to do than to break balls. My wife has terminal cancer, you piece of human garbage. Look, you don't want to help us? Here's the thing. Don't help. Don't help. Okay? But mind your business. Stop making judgments and stop making opinion when you cheap mother effer won't even lay 1 cent out for my wife. You lowlife. Okay? You're a lowlife. Like, you sit there making all these opinions. You won't reach in your pocket for a penny. You won't reach in your pocket for a penny, but you will have all of these opinions you will have. Mind your business, shut the F up, unsubscribe to me, and get lost.